Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of Breaking Point by Aric Davis, performed by Christopher Lane. Episode 1. Everyone has a breaking point. Ken Richmond's breaking point came as he drove to work hungover. It wasn't just the job at the 68th Street McDonald's that was killing him. It was everything. An ex-wife in Paula determined to ruin him. 2 kids who ate up the lion's share of his paycheck, who not only didn't like visiting their father, but also seemed to hate him. Even worse, they seemed embarrassed by him. Worse than that, he didn't blame them either. He was a failure, a fuck-up, useless even to his own eyes. Being a burger-slinging 42-year-old had never seemed like something that could be possible for him, but it was reality. Things hadn't always been like this. There had once been a Ken Richmond who didn't spend his nights after work drinking 5 o'clock vodka and Colt 45 malt liquor and picking chunks of fast food mash out of the treads of his shoes with a screwdriver. He had been on the line at Case for most of his adult life, was even close to making foreman, but a pair of DUIs and an argument with his boss had changed that. The 3rd DUI was just a nail in the coffin that wasn't even needed. That particular drive to his new home at the Roadway Inn had seen Ken vomit on a cop's shoes, the reflection in the street showing not a pile of cheap booze mixed with cheaper food, but instead a man with nothing left. Ken persevered, if that's what you called it. He faked his way through court-appointed AA meetings after his 3 months in the county lockup, enjoying stolen drinks on the sly. A brutal lesson had been taught, one that had beat him down to what seemed an irreparable level. The truth of his addiction was simple. Don't drive. No problem. It was a startling revelation learned far too late. Applying at the McDonald's visible from his room at the Roadway had been a foregone conclusion. He could see it, had no license, and needed money. 2 years after getting hired on at a job where even the 16-year-old fry cooks treated the new janitor like shit, Ken was finally moving up in the world. The success tasted as shitty as the free burgers he took home. That was perhaps the worst part. Ken wasn't just succeeding, but flourishing in a world he wanted to fail in. He had all but expected to wind up on the streets. He'd almost looked forward to it. And instead, he was finding success.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?